Yo, this is Shay D representing the Lyrically Challenged collective, and you are watching Grime Culture.
So what? Plenty of a fish, I'm a shark in these waters, so I can be a bitch. So what, you're a man, I'ma do what I like and be who I am. So what, plenty of a fish, I'm a shark in these waters, so I can be a bitch. So what, you're a man, I'ma do what I like and be who I am.
So my name is Shay D and I am a rapper / spoken word artist, and I'm from London, born and bred, and I basically started rapping quite a while ago. I was kind of writing poetry from day, and then that turned into me MCing with like boys in my school and like the local area, so I got into garage and started MCing to that, doing a bit of grime. But I always loved rapping, I always loved hip hop, so I was like, you know what, let me give this a go. And it was really gradual for me, and I just loved doing it, and so it kind of was really organic in that way, and it just built up, and then I just started spitting over instrumentals and started doing open mics, and it just kind of grew from that. So I dropped my mixtape after my EP, Once Upon a City, because I had a lot of material that was like really old bits and bobs and freestyles, and you know, tracks I'd recorded, tracks I was writing over other instrumentals, and every time I was performing, people were like, oh, where's your stuff? Have you got a CD? And I only had my EP, which is kind of more of a mellow, trip-hop poetry kind of hip-hop vibe. So I thought, you know what, let me bang everything on a mixtape. I got DJ Shorty, big up DJ Shorty, to mix it, so it's proper like an old school mixtape. All the tracks really like mix and run in. There's voice notes and skits on it, like real life, it's proper real. And yeah, we just like put it out. I called it A Little Bit of Shay D, so that's on Bandcamp, and I've got hard copies when I do shows and stuff. And yeah, so I just put that out in October. We did the mixtape launch at Violated Lifestyle, which is an urban clothing store in Angel. Big up Violated Lifestyle. They let us host the event there. It was beautiful vibes. Everyone came down, had Union Black, Tibbs, Anthony and Exaguru, MC Angel, and a whole bunch of people down there. You know, it was good. And then after that, we dropped the Lyrically Challenged mixtape with the girls called Trust Your Struggle. That did amazingly well. We did a mixtape launch for it, and then we thought, alright, we're ready for the album now. So we teamed up with Nutty P and Red Skull, and they're the producers on the album, along with the rest of the collective, and we just launched that at the Jazz Cafe last week. It's called Touch the Sky. It's out on iTunes, it's on Bandcamp, and it went really well. It was rammed, beautiful vibes. So yeah, that's everything I've been working on, and now I've got some space to work on my solo album, which I'm doing, which should be out. Don't even want to give it a deadline, to be honest, because we had a deadline for the last album and it was hard work. So yeah, I'm working with Jimmy Logic on that one, and you know, that's my project at the moment. I think my favourite track on my mixtape is I love So What, and I made a video for it. Louis London did the video, and I'm like on a motorbike, and it's really fun because it's on a Michael Jackson beat. I love MJ, and it's really hype and it's really rebellious, and it's kind of one for the ladies. It's kind of about like, so what, man, like there's bare other mans in here, I'm not gassed about you. It's kind of on that vibe, like just empowering women, and I love performing that. But I also really like Not the Chicken Shop Man, which is something that's really close to my heart, and it's a more kind of socially conscious tune. And then on the album, on Touch the Sky, I love 7 Deadly Sins, and that is like it's more, we do hip hop, but we've got a few kind of grime tunes, and it's one of the grimy tunes. Nutty P did the beat, and we're doing a video for it this week. That's how much we love it. So 7 Deadly Sins and Oneness is my 2 favourite tracks on the album, and Oneness is like kind of a festival reggae vibe, so they're completely different. I'm so a Cancerian, I can never decide. I'm very indecisive, as you can tell, so yeah.
Getting twisted, I do like tradition, but I won't cook and clean up the kitchen. Hold the door open and carry my bags, cause you're all about strength, so let's measure your manliness. I know you're from Mars, I'm apparently from Venus, but I get how you think, and I've got me with your, oh no, selective sight and selective hearing.
My favourite female artist is really hard. That's a really hard thing for me to decide, because it's kind of almost changed over time as well. I think one that consistently always comes up for me is Lauryn Hill, because I like her content. I love the fact that she sings and ad-libs her songs. I feel like it's very honest and organic, and the music is really timeless, like it's really classic, and I think she's got that on lock. And on a more kind of attitude vibe and what I grew up listening to, like I love Foxy Brown. as well. So Lauryn Hill, I would say the main one, and then Foxy Brown. I mean, I'm part of an all-female hip-hop collective, so we're about four rappers, but I meet a lot of female rappers that are good. But I feel like professionally in the UK, there are really sick female artists. Like you've got like Amplify Dot, you've got Nole, you've got Miss Dynamite, you've got Lady Leisha, and I think they're dope. And I think there's a bit of a separation between like grime and hip hop in that sense. So I kind of feel like there's never enough female artists, and I run a lot of workshops for young people. Like I do rap and lyric writing workshops, and I'm always trying to encourage more girls to come to the workshops and get involved, because girls can talk, man. Like we're good at talking, we're good at speaking and expressing. I just think because it's such a male dominated scene, it's sometimes it's a bit intimidating, or sometimes they don't feel welcome, or sometimes it might be the fact they're just not really that on it, but maybe they do a bit more poetry, or maybe they want to do it but not professionally. So I think we have a high caliber of artists, but I just don't think there's enough of them, and I encourage more girls to get involved and feel welcome, or to contact female artists like us that are already around, and we can give them a platform or help them or guide them in that sense. I'm aiming to release my solo album. I'm aiming to tour my album. I'm aiming to tour the LC Collective album. And yeah, I just want to like continue growing as an artist, and I want to concentrate on doing some collaborations next year as well. And you know, expanding all the workshops we're doing, and doing more fundraising, and getting more people to invest in that side of things. And yeah, just, you know, we put on hip hop and spoken word events, and for Lyrically Challenged we've started branching out into other venues now. So I think what we want to do is just basically, you know, do more big shows in London and put on bigger events for other artists to perform at, and then start coming out of London and doing Manchester and Bristol and Birmingham, and, you know, uniting the scene in that way. So I think that's about it for my to-do list, because I've still got other life things to do. So they're my intentions at the moment. So you can get the mixtape on Bandcamp, and that's Shay D, shayD.bandcamp.com. You can get Touch the Sky album on iTunes, just type in Touch the Sky. To be honest, if you just go to shaydmusic.com, all the links are on my website, because there's just too many to remember. But yeah, everything's out on iTunes and Bandcamp, so make sure you cop that.